Hello and welcome to PastieCast number 4. I am Chris.
And I'm Laura.
And we are from PastieBap.com, your news, review and preview site from all around Northern Ireland. We're going to be talking about the month that was July and the month that will be August. We're going to be talking to Andi T from PWU about their upcoming Super Show with ex-WWE talent Drew Galloway at the Europa. We're going to also be discussing the Belfast Food Tour with Caroline, the food guide from Belfast Food Tour. We're going to have music from Loris and
Sister Ghost.
And that's coming up right now. Why does that voice sound so gosh darn familiar to me?
Stop it. You know exactly what it is. That was sent by Sister Ghost, which is Shannon Dolores O'Neill, formerly from Vanilla Gloom, which you may have heard before.
Any relation to Teen Angel? Which was a show from the 90s?
I don't get that.
It was about a teen angel that came from Earth and was this girl's guardian angel.
What has that got to do with anything?
Don't know. Sister Ghost. Could be like a sequel. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Where can you find more information about Sister Ghost? Facebook.com Sister Ghost, I bet.
Yep,
Facebook.com
right? /Sister Ghost.
Bang. Don't need to be a genius, guys. Starting off this month, the month that was July, with something in no way related to the big thing that happened in July that we'll not talk about.
The thing that must not be named.
Yeah, the Voldemort. That was PWU Wrestling. Laura's going to talk us through her review of PWU Wrestling.
Well, I went to see PWU Wrestling and they...
She never did. Laura never did, it's a lie. But what I'm going to do one time is get her to go and do a review of the PWU Wrestling that she's never been to.
That would be amazing.
This time there was the big guy Tron, who's the 7-foot giant, and he threw this little tiny guy called Rocky Star around until he near broke him.
Is that the same one he threw the little girl around?
Yep, he's the best one. And there's these two guys, and they were baddies, and they hit people with belts and stuff. It was great.
This is like wrestling for dummies.
Yep. But that's what happens, it's for dummies. I'm pretty much a dummy. I had some food this month at a place called Remedy Cafe Bar, which is also awesome.
That used to be Labaca, didn't it? It's opposite Voodoo.
It did, and Labaca was great at the start and then not so great at the end. Remedy Cafe Bar is great now, and I hope it continues to be great. The guy couldn't have been more attentive that served us. We sat and had steaks with all the trimmings. I had some great onion rings, chips. We had some wings. I thought the wings were a little bit pricey for what you got, but they were delicious, and we shared them between the two of us, so I think it was $5 for the wings, and it was delicious. So we had a bottle of wine, and then we had another bottle of wine, and that took a good 45 minutes, and then...
You were drunk?
Absolutely sloshed. So, moving on in this month, we
actually had our NI music tune for the summer.
We had one or two of these now, and this one was...
This was Seven Summits, Little Twist, which is a great summer tune. The picture actually with it is them standing in front of an ice cream van. So
and it starts off like it's not going to be a summer tune, and then it really kicks in, because I had remembered it from a while ago and then went to look it up, and I started listening to it. I was like, oh, this does not sound summery at all. And then it kicked in, and I was like, oh yeah, it does.
You got your cider out and your sunglasses on. That was you.
It totally does. We visited Rathlin Island,
which was amazing. I love Rathlin. I am all about it.
Yep. And at this point I should explain that Laura and I are brother and sister, and that's why we end up doing some of these things together. And one of the things we did do together was go to Rathlin Island. There was about 10 of us went over there and had a really great time at these cottages, or I can't remember what they're called.
Me neither.
Dream cottages or something, I don't know. If you Google Rathlin, there's like literally 2 cottages you can hire and a B&B, and it was absolutely excellent. So Laura took some fantastic photos.
It was amazing. We got the best weather ever while we were there, and there's not much there. There's a
pub.
Yeah, one bar, one tiny little shop, which actually had everything that you need.
Great stuff.
And
a chippy that wasn't open.
The chippy that was never open. But the people where we stayed, people we stayed with, they actually took us everywhere. They drove us around the island, took us on a tour, did everything. It was really, really good.
Tremendous. We had a new writer write for us on the punk rock rehearsals at the Lyric. This is a new up and coming production they have. It's kind of, I think it's all based on like school kids and angst, and it handles a lot of issues and stuff, and there's a lot of hype around it, and it seems quite rightly so. It's one of their new big upcoming shows. We'll be going to do a review of it, but we had Emma Patterson write that for us, and it was a great article. Really captured the spirit of what was going on there with their first rehearsals. Restaurant review, La Bastille.
Yeah, I've never been before. You've been a couple of times, and you always highly recommend it. But we went, and well, the first thing you notice is there's a giant Eiffel Tower outside the front. You can't miss it.
Yep, and if you look, it's good because when you're sitting eating your food, you look out, you see the Eiffel Tower, and it looks like it's maybe a bit far away.
So it looks a wee bit.
It's not a giant Eiffel Tower, because the Eiffel Tower is giant. This is a small version of it, but it is a big thing. It's bigger than 2 humans on each other's shoulders.
We tried. We measured.
Which is all you need. And you had steak, Laura?
Yeah, we went on a Friday, and on Fridays they do 2 for 1 steak.
Friday and Wednesday. Which
is amazing. It was delicious.
And they do very good food. I had snails before there, escargot, and they were nice. Didn't have them on the menu this time because they change it up. I mean, not every restaurant you go to in France is going to have snails. And I did have beef bourguignon again, which is delicious. I think it's like the national dish of France or something. So I had that again. It was just as good as the last time I had it about 2 years ago.
But it was great, and the staff were really attentive, and everything was really fresh, and it was delicious.
We featured Loris, Do It Right, as our NI Music tune for the week, and that was a new video and single that Loris had brought out, the female-fronted sort of electronic rock act, and it's a great tune, and we're going to have a bit of that later on. Club Hell arrived in Belfast. Sounds like my kind of club, but I wasn't there. I'm on lockdown at the minute because I'm having a baby. Not me, my wife. So not allowed to drink in case I have to drive her to the hospital. So I've said to Laura, if the recession suffers, it's because I'm not allowed into bars.
Well, you're allowed in. You're just not allowed to drink alcohol.
I can't be trusted. I saw a film called Begin Again by an Irish writer-director called John Carney. It was awful. Truly awful experience. I wanted the time back when I came out of the cinema, and I don't get, like, I'm quite easily pleased when it comes to cinema, but this was just, I just couldn't stand it. I was so irate when I came out. I wrote the review straight away and sent it to Laura.
You actually sent it to me with no subject, no writing around it, no explanation. You didn't even say it was a film review, so nope. I just got this 500-word rant about I don't know what.
It was over 500 words. And Laura said, who is this tremendous new young writer?
Who is this young upstart?
I said, that's me when I'm angry. So that's a good review, I think. I tried to be quite amusing with it. I think it is quite amusing. So go and watch the review. Don't watch the film. Never. Keira Knightley, the guy who's the Hulk, who I like.
And the guy from Maroon 5.
Adam Levine. I called him the unlikable Adam Levine. He is truly unlikable. He's unlikable in this. He's unlikable in everything. He's just unlikable. I'm sorry if you do like him. We featured pictures of Provence. Part 1 and part 2 of the Mourne Mountains. Absolutely stunning scenery up there, and so there's some dramatic landscapes there to look at. Really great, really nice, aesthetically pleasing, as to say. So go and check that out. We also had a new reviewer, Paul, who is our brother, went to see the Lego Brick City review. I didn't get to see it, and I'm kicking myself. Laura?
No, I didn't have a small child to go with.
We were waiting for a small child and we didn't get one. So
he managed to get a small child.
He got our cousins, Wayne, to go with him. So he said it's absolutely tremendous. He said the one that I saw getting made, which was the Titanic building, was absolutely fantastic. So he was raving about that there, and I was thinking myself that I didn't get to go and see it.
He's actually the guy who does the Sunday Funnies as well. So
yes, and he recently had a fifth of his lung taken out, but he's doing grand now. So we brought Sunday Funnies back because he's better, and he done one for Donald Planet of the Apes. Another for myself, which was, well, it was so it didn't make me angry, but that happened to tie in, so that was great. So go and check out the Sunday Funnies again, they're coming back. The trailer for the Fall Series 2 was released, and also the trailer for 50 Shades of Grey. The Fall Series 2 looks great. 50 Shades of Grey looks not so much.
Does not.
Jamie Dornan has like a fluffy haircut, and he's shaved to the bone, and he looks awful. So I can't recommend that. But support local talent. Stephen McCorry sent us his EP Gliding Amongst Crows. He recorded this in Vancouver and Belfast over the last about year. It's some really nice, easy listening but thought-provoking music. It's sort of a Sunday afternoon album is how I described it, or EP, sorry, it's about 4 songs. You can go and listen to it on Bandcamp. You can buy it for a couple of quid if you like, but the review's up there, and it's worth a listen.
We also announced the winner of our competition. You may have seen floating around on Facebook and Twitter, sort of one of those share and like competitions to win 2 tickets to Shiz the Fest, and the winner was Roxanne Gould.
And it's our first competition. It went pretty well, so we'll hopefully be doing more of those. That's 2 tickets she's won to Shiz the Fest, headlined by the Pocket Billiards at the end of August, and they're worth a tenner each, so that's good. That's a good prize. It's all local music too, which is what we're all about. So Roddy Piper visited.
I don't know who is that. He's
Laura's favourite wrestler. No, he is a wrestler. He's a big time wrestler. It's surprising Laura doesn't know who he is because he's really famous. And he done a tour, a spoken word tour, where, as I was saying before, you can take anybody to say it because it'll just all be stories. It's not wrestling specific, but he's like a big legend. So we got one of our new writers, Liam. He went and reviewed it, and he thoroughly enjoyed it. He's the one that's hard to please, and he thoroughly enjoyed it. That's Eros Comedy, bring them over. And they'll be doing more of that there. They have brought a couple of ones, DDP and stuff like that there before, and they'll be bringing more people over of that ilk. Another tune for the summer was the Emerald Armada, I Don't Mind.
It's another one to have with a barbecue.
Might not be many more barbecue news now, who knows. The weather just looks like it doesn't know what it's doing, but if you get the chance, stick it on. 4 new flights announced from Belfast, which is always exciting. So this is Jet 2. They announced 4 flights. 2 are brand new, which are Prague and Rome. They're the only ones flying there. The other two were for Gran Canaria and Zante, so it's good to have more flights going from Belfast. It gives us more choice, and I'm always up for that. Plus, it's a budget flight, so flights start like 38 quid, which is awesome. Finishing off the month, we went to Giacomo as I've been calling it, but apparently it's Giacomos. And we had some pizza, some pasta. Laura wrote a review.
Yeah, it was actually really good. Whenever you go in, it's I don't know how to describe it. I said it looks a bit like an Italian restaurant.
Like an American Italian restaurant.
If it was in a Spanish resort.
Yeah.
And that's not really a slight. I read a review that Joris Min had written about it, and he sort of noted the plastic vines and that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, and it's got like exposed brick and stuff in the wall, so...
But no, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but the food is delicious. Yeah. I had it was a really spicy pizza is what it was, and Diavoletto what it was called.
Yeah.
And it had like salami, jalapenos, and it was meant to come with a spicy chili sauce, which I asked just for a regular tomato sauce. Is
Diavoletto like the devil or something?
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
And then we had some mozzarella sticks, which were good too.
They were good. The mozzarella sticks were really good as well. A lot of places sort of just throw a bit of cheese and some breadcrumbs, but it was good. It wasn't very...
Had a nice marinara sauce, which you don't get enough of. Their tomato sauce is really good, which I find is a great deal of what makes good Italian food, is if their tomato sauce that they use, their ragu and stuff like that there is well done. This was. Speaking of food, also went on the Belfast food tour this month, and before I went on that there, I spoke to Caroline about how that's going. Hi, this is Chris here for PastieBap, and I'm standing with Caroline from Belfast Food Tours. Tell us a little bit about the history of the tour and how it came about.
The tour started in April this year, and it came about simply because I love food and I love showing off the local produce all around Northern Ireland. Anytime I go on holiday, I like to go on a food tour. It's a great way to see the city, and it's a lovely thing to do with a local. So I decided no better person than myself to do it.
When it came to setting it up, how did that work?
The way it worked was both geographical and just the food that I liked. It was amazing what you could actually find in a very small area in the city centre, but these are the places that I like to go, and the places that sell the things that I like to buy, and more importantly eat and drink. If anything, it's been the producers themselves who've really been pushing it. I think they like that this is a bit of a showcase for them, and they can see the passion that I have for what they're doing, and it's probably quite nice that they're not standing in some kind of cold and blustery market stall somewhere. That it's just, we're having it in a lovely environment like the market today, and getting to show off both, it is both locals and tourists. Today we have 8, sometimes there'll be 4, sometimes there'll be 10.
What sort of things can people expect to taste and see on the tour?
I don't want to ruin the surprise. All local, bar one thing, because I say this is my tour of Belfast, but everything's local. So we'll have about 23, 24 local products going round, and it is both food and drink. So we'll have everything from Suki tea to black loaf, from Anne's Pantry to Brighter Gold oils and Abernethy butter, and it's all the usuals, but there will be hopefully the odd thing here and there that even locals haven't had, and that's my challenge. That's the best bit with the locals, is showing them something in their own city that they maybe haven't had a chance to find themselves.
What is your favourite local delicacy then?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
And you don't have to say PastieBaps.
I love a PastieBap. I couldn't pick one. I could not pick one. The variety now we have, I mean, we are so lucky. We have cheeses, we have sweetie things like 15s, we have such great beers that are coming onto the market now, new gin. It just depends what mood you're in, so be it savoury or sweet, vegetables, dairy, everything, we have it. So I couldn't pick one. I really couldn't pick one.
If somebody had one restaurant in Belfast you would advise them to go to, which would it be?
Oh great, just narrow it down there. No, I have to do a handful because I couldn't just do it. But I live over in East Belfast, so Il Parada and would probably be up there for me. And coming back into the city centre, Ox, you can't miss it if you're wanting people doing unbelievable things with local produce. Fresh seafood in Mourne, and then round to Copey. I love it simply because, again, unbelievable food and gorgeous produce, and it's mostly as local as they can get it.
Where can people find out more information about the tour?
BelfastFoodTour.com.
Anything else in the pipeline for the future?
No, hopefully events. We're hopefully getting involved with the restaurant week coming up, so we're going to do a fringe event, keeping it local. If we can sort of roll it out and do a few more things. There's plenty more things. There's just, for me, not enough time, but I'll get there slowly but surely.
Okay, Caroline, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So that was the month that was July, and now we're going to talk about the month coming up, which is August. And the first thing we have is Dinosaurs at the Square, which runs from the 2nd to the 27th of August. And I'm not entirely sure what it is.
I think it's big old dinosaurs all in and around Victoria Square.
Yeah.
I've seen signs everywhere, and I'm hoping that it's because I like a big old dinosaur.
19 huge dinosaurs. There's a lot of things on for kids as well, like sort of fossil digging, dusting, whatever you do for fossils, and sort of there's like a thing called Dinosaur, Professor Dinosaur, who like teaches kids about dinosaurs and stuff, so looks like it'll be pretty good.
Sounds awesome, I'm there.
On the 3rd there's the Kite Festival at Downhill, which is actually usually pretty popular. They have sort of big kites that you can fly, and I think there's a helicopter ride you can get and stuff. There's also on the 4th is Pretty Things Peep Show, which you know all about.
Pretty Things Peep Show, it comes from California, and it's a kind of vaudevillian come burlesque peep show thing. And so you've got like girls who swallow swords and breathe fire, you've got like strong men, you've got you've got like, as the name suggests, like burlesque dancers, all sort of stuff, and they're relatively famous, like sort of well known. I mean, it's not Data Von Tees, but they're pretty well known, and that's going to be a really good show at the Cabaret Supper Club. 25 quid, and you get your dinner as well, which I think is hard to beat. That's a really good show. Looks like a really good show. I haven't seen it. I would like to go. I would like to try and get to that there. See how that goes.
On the 8th and 9th of August as well, there's Stendhal Festival. There's quite a lot of festivals next month, and there's that sort of music, comedy, there's workshops, things like that.
We have a guy going, our photographer Neil Carey is going to be going to that there, and we're trying to get him like a photography pass or something like that there, so we can maybe get some behind the scenes photographs and that sort of stuff. But that looks like a really good festival, stuff to fill the gap that Glasgow has left.
Sadly.
And Pigstock.
But it's got Wonder Villains, who we interviewed on our last podcast. There's the Undertones, Connor Scott, who was on The Voice. He does the open mic nights at Cuckoo as well.
Oh, does he? Is that who that is?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was a busker. Amanda St. John and the Emerald Armada, who was our NI tune for the summer as well. And I think you can glamp, don't know.
Which is
Glamorous
Towie has
camping.
brought to existence. Amanda St. John was also one of our NI songs of the week. She has a great tune out, Big Strong Man.
There's also comedy as well. There's Rory Ward and she and Todd, who we actually did a review of. They were at the Out to Lunch festival.
Rory Ward's great. He can be quite cunning at times, but he's a really great comedian.
He is good. Shane Todd's funny as well. He's got like an online persona as well. And Wonder Frog, who we reviewed before, are performing at it as well.
There's a review of that on the website if you want to find it. That's like a sort of whose line is it anyway for people of a certain age, as Laura said.
We
would know that.
We actually went last night. It was really good, entertaining. On the 10th to the 15th is the GP14 World Championship, which is sailing. I don't know if anyone's interested in that kind of thing.
People love to sail.
It's at Strangford Loch, and it looks pretty good. It's sort of I think it's a 14-foot dinghy race crewed by 2 people.
Dinghy.
And the next location of the championships is Barbados in a couple of years' time, so it's pretty high caliber.
There you go.
Sailing race.
Right up there with the Giro.
On the 15th to the 22nd is Belsonic as well.
Big things Iguan.
There's example.
Queens of Stone Age. Biffy Claro.
Who seem to always play at Belsonic.
Seem to always play at some point now.
Must sponsor it. But there's also on the 15th Club Hell comes back.
Club Hell. Club Hell. If they need an MC for the night, I am available.
You can read the reviews of not the reviews, you can read the preview of the last Club Hell as well. We were talking about it earlier.
Yep, that should be a great night. They've obviously it's done well, so they're coming back, so that's good to see.
It's quite good that there's sort of a professionally organised night like that, because there isn't really anything like that in Belfast.
Bits and pieces, but nothing
looks really good.
of that calibre.
On the 16th of August, there's also the Warriors under the M3 flyover.
Warriors come out to play. Can you dig it?
Which Chris is very excited about.
Laura knows nothing about what I speak, but
I do. I've seen the Warriors.
Oh well, that's great.
But
Actually, I just saw The Purge, Anarchy, and it's quite like the Warriors. But that's a great movie.
It's part of Belfast Film Festival, and I think I just saw online there that tickets are selling out pretty fast. So
They're going to have like electric boogaloo dancing on vinyl. They're going to have like oil drums and fire, all that before. That's going to be a great night.
it looks really good, really atmospheric.
Starts about 9:30, nice and dark.
That's the perfect place for it as well.
Take your switchblade.
On the we don't endorse that. 22nd to 25th of August is Sunflora Fest, another festival. It's a 4-day festival, and there's a couple of people playing who we featured before. Pocket Billiards, Amanda St John, as I said before, Loris, who was our tune for the weekend, I think. Bonneville's, Silhouette, and the Wonder Villains again, who, as I said, we interviewed in our last podcast.
It's all about the festivals, loads of festivals this month.
There's also the Colour Run on the 23rd, which I think they call the happiest run on earth or something. It's not timed, and every kilometre you pass, they fire paint at you.
Great. So if you see somebody who's just ran 10k and you're throwing paint bombs in their face, I'm sure they don't look like it's the happiest run on earth.
Looks amazing. On the 24th as well, there is the Belfast Mela, which I think it's Sanskrit for meeting or union or something like that, and it's actually Ireland's largest festival of world cultures.
And it's run by Arts Extra or something like that there it's called, 'cause I always get confused with that programme that's on BBC.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, but we've been to that once before, and it's a good day out for it's good like cross community relations and all that sort of stuff, and it's just loads of good entertainment, loads of good food, all that sort of stuff.
That's at Botanic Gardens as well, and I think there's
hopefully there's good weather.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's the one thing that can scupper. We went to go one year, and as soon as we got there in the car, it just rained out the heavens, and we went, nope, we're going.
It's a good family event as well.
Yep.
There's also 29th of the end of the month, 29th to the 31st is the 23rd annual Bluegrass Festival at the Ulster American Folk Park, which I think there's some big names there if you're sort of into the bluegrass scene, but they've gotten some over from America and Canada and places like that. So
I love a bit of bluegrass. It's not something I know a lot of acts whatever, but I do love the music when it's on. So.
And we also have on the 29th Shiz the Fest.
Shiz the Fest, that's what we ran the competition for. This is a indoor festival that's run by Shiz now, who are the leading proponents of everything that is local music. So they put on gigs, Voodoo, Limelight, the Sub Bar, in Queens, like anywhere basically in the Students' Union, just everywhere all around Belfast, and it's always all local acts. 90% of the time they do the Gamma Bomb gigs and stuff, still local acts. This is Pocket Billiards headlined, Gas Can Ruckus, the Greased Palms, the Late Twos, the Cooth, the Sun Shadows, In an Instant, and Loris. And we're actually going to hear from Loris now. This is Loris with their single Do It Right.
Let's forget about the problems, clear your mind and leave it open. I don't want to hear the drama, I just want to hold my hands up. It's now or never, I'm feeling better already. Let's get together, I'm feeling better already. Just let go, set free your mind. Don't say no, just for tonight. Let's just be completely careless. Throw yourself into the moment. Take it in and let's get to it. Just for now, you won't regret it. It's now or never. I'm feeling better already. Just let go, set free your mind. Don't say no, just for tonight.
So that was Laura's with their single Do It Right. You can check that out on their Facebook page. You can also get tickets for Shiz's Fest that they're performing at. They're £10 online, and that's going to be on Friday the 29th. That's going to be basically a festival inside the Limelight 1. Stalls, booze, all the things you've come to expect. Good?
It looks pretty good. It's sort of everything you like about a festival, but you don't have to pay
The filthy
in a
bogs and stuff like that there.
So it looks pretty good. Yeah, the stalls, I think there's fresh garbage stall and sort of other local businesses as well getting in on it.
Welcome, sports fans, and this is our new section about alternative sports. This is the alternative sports that we're interested in, and we're bringing you news and updates of what's going on with the following sports: ice hockey, American football, roller derby, and wrestling. And we're going to start off with roller derby. This month, Belfast Roller Derby have one fixture and it's away, so you probably aren't going to go to that there. It's the Devon Clotted Screamers. Brilliant names in that sport, absolutely brilliant. They also though have a screener of Grease in Mr. Tom's in Lavery's Bar, and that is to help raise funds for Belfast Roller Derby. Of course, T-Birds, Pink Ladies, all welcome. In fact, you get a discount. It's £4 or £3 if you are in costume. Doors are at 6:30 and the film starts at 7. The Giants are going to have their first fixture, and their first fixture is against the Cardiff Giants. The Cardiff Giants, of course, who are being run by ex-general manager Todd Kelvin. This is going to be at the end of the month, and that's a home game on the 30th, I believe, at the Odyssey Arena. 31st at the Odyssey Arena, and that's going to be a big match for us to show Todd that he is a douche and should not have left the Belfast Giants. Please do not call him a douche if you see him. American football season has finished for the minute, so no news on that front, but we will have whenever it comes up. And that leaves us with wrestling. PWU, Pro Wrestling Ulster, the local wrestling federation, have their super show at the end of this month. This is their payoff show. They're moving to a new larger venue in the Europa. They're bringing in fresh off his WWE run, Drew Galloway. Tickets are going to be £10 in advance or £12 on the door. This is going to be a big show. It's so big, in fact, that we went to speak to Andi T, who is the COO of PWU, to find out for novices and grizzly old vets alike what's going on at PWU. Hi, this is Chris. I'm here for PastieCast, and I'm standing here with
Andy Thompson of Pro Wrestling Ulster.
And your position is, Andy?
I'm currently the COO, or the business manager.
Can you give us a brief history of how you have come to the point you're at the minute?
Pro Wrestling Ulster started in 2007. It was a training school, and we started putting on live shows in Malone Rugby Club. Progressed on to the Balmoral Hotel. This year we've moved into the city centre, and the response has been fantastic. So it's now sort of time for us to step up onto a bigger level and sort of let people know that we're here, you know.
What sort of improvements has the company made over the years?
Everything from the production of the show, the talent, booking of the shows, storylines, venues, our training centre, everything has slowly but surely gradually got better and better until we're now here to sort of put ourselves out on the big scene.
You have recently embraced the social media in a much bigger way. Have you found that useful?
Yeah, absolutely. We'd ran just the beginning with our website and Facebook, and we started realising there was a big response from Facebook, so we started our Twitter account. It's a great way to interact one-on-one straight away, so we're now using it at the live shows, so you can interact with the crowd, see fan photos, things like that. The new Takedown TV on YouTube's been fantastic, the response has been great, and it's a good way to let guys know who aren't able to get to the shows what exactly has happened, highlights of certain matches and the big stories that are happening.
Also, you have stepped up your game in terms of your training school recently. Can you tell us a bit about what's been happening with that?
Yeah, in like I say, 2012 we went full time with a centre. Before then it was rented space. Got our own space now. This year we've gone on to we've got 2-story building. So we're going to have wrestling ring full time upstairs, matted areas. There's more classes, fitness classes, and we're going to be building a gym downstairs as well. We've got new equipment coming in and brand new rings being delivered this Friday. So it's very, very exciting. There's great amount of people actually ask us all the time about training. Bringing like you've got a good waiting list there, you know what I mean? But there's obviously room for more people to come on board, you know.
Coming up at the end of August, you have your Super Show. This has brought a couple of different changes. There's a venue change for this, a slightly higher price tag on the tickets, and you're bringing in, just fresh off of his WWE run, Drew Galloway. Can you talk us through how that came to be and how you think people are reacting?
It's something we've had on the cards for quite some time. We've not Drew Galloway as such, but getting some sort of talent in. We've been going for 7 years. We've kept our prices at £5 for 7 years. At £10, we're still more competitive than the other shows that are out there. With what you could say is maybe not as famous a star. With Drew Galloway, just as the moment it was announced he was released, it was an opportunity for our team to sort of go and get him, and it's a big coup for Pro Wrestling Ulster. But like I said earlier, we want to put a mark out there. 7 years building slowly, and now we're ready to maybe pick up the pace a little bit. Europa Hotel, big venue, is going to be maybe 400 seated, possibly standing areas as well. We've got Drew Galloway coming down, you know, double page spread in the Sunday World just going out, so you know it's good time for us, and we're certainly trying to make our mark as loud as we possibly can.
Andi T, thank you very much.
No problem, Chris. Cheers. Thanks. Pleasure as always.
Are you ready for some site news? Coming on site news, we'll tell you bits and pieces about what's going on with the site. First up, we have invented, and yes, I did say the word invented because that's how powerful this is, the hashtag #HowISeeBelfast. If you're outside, it's #HowISeeBelfast. Basically put the hashtag up with a photo or some words of what you're seeing, how you see Belfast at the minute. All different people live over Belfast, all different nationalities, races, all that sort of stuff. Everybody sees different things from the good to the bad. So we're trying to create a little way for the world, or for us to see how everybody sees Belfast. You can use that on Facebook, you can use that on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. Vine, if you've got that there. So hashtag #HowISeeBelfast.
We also have the hashtag NI Toilet Watch as well, still on the go. So
Very
that's
important.
For, well, we do it as well. If we're out anywhere, we sort of do hashtag NI Toilet Watch and sort of give a wee summary of what the toilet's looking like, where the
How you
facilities
see
are.
how you see toilets.
How you see toilets.
Also this month we have revamped and updated our YouTube channel. Go and check it out. It's much easier to work out what the hell is going on instead of just a row of videos. It's all split up into nice, there's sections, there's like local music, NI music sections where you can just check out all local acts. There's live reports we've done. There's all our podcasts are stored there for easy listening. All that sort of stuff worth checking out. We put a call out this month to musicians to send us their music. We're going to be doing a PastieCast special on the 15th that will be all music related. We're going to be playing you loads of tunes from local bands. We're going to be having a little talk about it. We're going to give you some more info on upcoming gigs, and basically it's going to be everything you need music wise for Northern Ireland. Hopefully this goes well. We'll start doing that every month, and that means that you'll have that in the middle of the month to go with this at the start of the month. So look forward to that on the website, Twitter, all that sort of stuff. You should be able to keep up with that. But other than that there, just look out on Friday the 15th and there will be the music PastieCast up. Also, we're putting together a monthly email, monthly at the minute, MailChimp, if you get anything from them. It'll all be done through that. It'll all be nice and kosher. So technology permitting, you'll be able to sign up for our email and get that sent out so you can keep abreast of everything that's going on the website. Of course, keep up to date with all of our social media, Facebook, facebook.com/PastieBap, Twitter,
At PastieBap1.
SoundCloud is the same, PastieBap1. YouTube, I think you just search for PastieBap, you find it. There's not too much PastieBapping on there, and you'll see our little fish head. The website, of course, where you can get links to all of this stuff, PastieBap.com. Keep it tuned into that there website. That's us for this month. A big thank you from me, Chris.
And a big thank you from me, Laura.
And that is NI in a podcast.
Get your ass in town.